It's a rainy night in San Francisco, 2010. Travis Kalanick stares at his phone, watching the Uber app silently replace the city's cabs. Across the bay, Brian Chesky is nervously prepping air mattresses in his tiny apartment, hoping to turn guests into believers. What exactly sparked this seismic shift from skepticism to billion-dollar empires? How did these two outsiders rewrite the rules, crashing through legality and convention? Let's dive in and unravel the secrets behind the upstarts who remade our world. Getting a stranger's car to pick you up wasn't normal until it was. Uber smashed old ideas about trust and regulation, sparking chaos that birthed innovation. In 2011, Uber rolled into New York with no permits, dodging city taxi laws and regulators. Kalanick's team disguised their operations to fly under the radar, launching blitz campaigns that sent shockwaves through a city that thought taxis were untouchable. This wasn't a polite rollout, it was a high-stakes hustle on every street corner. Imagine playing chess on a crazy board where the rules are still being written. Uber treated regulations not as walls but hurdles to leapfrog. Kalanick embraced controlled chaos, like a magician distracting you with one hand while pulling surprise growth out of the other. It's a dance between boldness and risk, where rules are more suggestions than mandates. Within just a few years, Uber wasn't just a startup, it was a cultural disruptor. Regular folks redefined cities around it. Yet this rapid rise sparked backlash, firefights with regulators, ethical questions about worker rights, and internal drama that threatened its very soul. The takeaway: innovation without control invites chaos, but it's often the chaos that changes the game. Airbnb was just three guys renting air mattresses in a loft. But Brian Chesky turned this small hustle into a global phenomenon by redefining what home means. Back in 2008, Chesky and Joe Gebbia were flat broke, scrounging up rent money by offering air mattresses in their San Francisco apartment during a design conference. It was more survival hustle than business plan, but that tiny idea opened a door. Soon, strangers checked in, and Airbnb became a true home-sharing pioneer, morphing living rooms into boutique hotels. Trust wasn't just nice to have, it was everything. Airbnb built complex review systems and identity checks, weaving a safety net out of strangers' stories. Picture it like a high-wire act. The company created balance between giving access and controlling risk, turning millions of private spaces into shared communities without a single physical key exchange. This revolution altered more than travel, it rewired neighborhoods globally. Cities saw sudden spikes in short-term rentals, shifting real estate markets and igniting fights with local governments who struggled to keep up. The insight: sometimes the biggest transformations look like subtle shifts. People craving authenticity over shiny hotel lobbies changed urban landscapes forever. Travis and Brian aren't just founders. They're renegades rewriting Silicon Valley's playbook with a fierce mix of swagger and scrappy grit. Kalanick's mantra was relentless hustle. He once emailed his team at 3 a.m. urging no days off till we win. His style was aggressive, confrontational, sometimes reckless. But that wasn't just arrogance, it was sheer tenacity driving Uber from startup scrappy to global juggernaut. He believed the end justified the means, and that mindset both fueled success and sowed chaos. In sharp contrast, Chesky preached empathy and design thinking. He obsessively refined user experience, imagining how hosts and guests feel, designing every interaction as if it were a handshake or a smile. This human touch made Airbnb feel less like a corporate platform and more like a trusted friend inviting you over, critical for a business built on strangers sharing homes. But both founders pushed ethical boundaries, sidestepping laws, ignoring labor issues, wrestling with their company's dark sides. Stone shows how Silicon Valley's new titans thrive in gray zones where rules lag behind tech. The surprising truth: to rewrite the world, you often have to play on the edge of what's right and legal, reshaping not just markets but morality itself. That rainy night in San Francisco where Travis and Brian lit the spark wasn't just luck. It was a perfect storm of audacity, chaos, and empathy. They shook up old industries by betting on strangers, on trust, and on rewriting the rules as they went. So next time you hesitate to break convention or embrace risk, remember, real change demands being a little reckless. Try this. Question 1: rule you never challenge. What would happen if you did? Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.